race. And yes, this is the first time I've ever commentated for a 100% race, so this is going to be very interesting to watch because I still don't know if it could be a one-stop strategy or not. Will it be a two-stop? I know the tyre life will extend because obviously there's more distance to it, and it matches the distance of the tyre wear, but I don't know if there's going to be a mixture of strategies. I know in a half race it's a one-stop. Soft and mediums are very easily around here, but we'll find out what people go for. And there's 16 drivers here today, so it's very interesting to see what will happen throughout the course of this race. It's a social race, it is. I can see the title. Yeah, it's a social race, and it's Belgium, so this is a very interesting track to watch. And the 100% race, well, I've only done a 100% race once, well, maybe twice, maybe 3 times, who knows, but I've definitely done a 100% race, and it's going to be very interesting to see how the drivers will manage it, because in a 50% race, I get tired. Yes, a 50% race, I do get tired, and if this is 100%, then God knows how the drivers are going to manage it here tonight. They're going to be all pumped up and ready, because if they're not, there's going to be a long race in this race. So here is Euro Games. Welcome, Euro Games. Nice to see you here. And be aware, if I do not speak throughout this course of this race, I am eating my dinner. I will always be here, but I might not be talking because I am eating at the same time. Javier, hello. I know. Are you in this race? Javier. I don't, not in this race. Or Bossy Chi, Boss. I don't think you. Yes, you are. You're in the race. You're at the very top. Yeah, it's gonna be a long one. I'll try my best for commentators. Like I said, I've never commentated for 100% league, so this is gonna be a new challenge for me, and I'll see how I can manage it. And yeah, we'll find out what goes there and in. I've done a 100% race before, obviously, and that was very tiring. Honestly, a 50% race also tires me out, so God knows how a 100% race will go for me again. If I want to do a 100% race, I've got to be in the mood to do one, but it's very fatiguing and it's very tiring as well. And me at the end of the race, I just want to go to sleep at a 50% race, because all that concentration you put in, it's just tiring. And at the Belgian GP, loads of concentration is here as well. You got to concentrate as hard as you can at the Belgian GP. Imagine Singapore 100% race. Damn! Imagine a full wet race at Singapore. Monaco won't be so. Well, it will be so bad because I can barely avoid the barriers at Monaco. Never mind on a 100% race. In a 5-lap race, I could barely keep off the walls in Monaco. I'd love to see how a 100% race goes. I'd probably be at 2 pit stops. I mean 10 pit stops for me in Monaco, because I lose my front wing all the time. Very frustrating. I'll see how I feel in this 100% race, if I can manage it or not commentating. So this is just a new experience for me, a new taster, sort of new thing to everything. So I'm just gonna wondering how it goes. But we're into short qualifying, and if it rains, it'll take longer. It will take longer in qualifying, obviously, because we're a set timer. But in the race, yeah. So here we are in the qualifying session. Then, what tyres will drivers start as well? Interestingly, will they still be on the soft tyres, or will they go to the medium so they can go extra longer? We'll find out. I know the strategy is soft to medium, sorry, correct me, soft to mediums, but in a 100% race, will they switch it up just a bit? Will they continue to go on the soft tyres? I think the top 10 will for sure, but people outside the top 10, I think they'll go on the mediums. The hard tyres, preferably I think they're a bit slow, so I don't think they'll go on those. I think I can see a Toro Rosso that just came out of the pit lane, so there it is, Houseman in the Toro Rosso. And we'll see how he does. He's on the soft compound tyres. And keep me entertained as well in this race by messaging me, of course, in the chat. I will always look at your comments. Personally for me, I do like this track. It's a very nice track. Loads of mistakes often happen here. Puan especially. That long right-hander. Let me just turn the game volume down a bit. I'm always forgetting to turn the game volume down because late at night I always go on YouTube and obviously I'm in a party with people and I just put it up to no game volume. Got to be careful of the exit of Puon as well. You don't want, I mean, the exit of No Name. You don't want to hit that wall. You can go out wide and gain some time, but at the same time, you just got to be careful hitting that wall, not hitting that wall. Done the exact same thing as well. I tried to gain more time, but unfortunately, it did not go well, and I did hit the wall on one of my laps on that occasion. Oh, it is raining in the race, so it'll take even longer. I can't wait to see. I swear, 100% race, it takes 2 hours, below 2 hours. So, wow, this is going to be very interesting indeed then. At the Belgium GP, if it's going to be raining in the race, it'll take even longer. Obviously, qualifying won't make a difference because a set timer, 18 minutes in qualifying session, no matter if it's raining or not. But anyway, coming towards the bus stop chicane. The exit bus stop chicane now. We're on board with Houseman as he starts his first flying lap time as he heads down into La Source. Go on board with him then as he brakes for the 100-meter board, take a late apex down into first gear, short shifting, getting on the throttle nice and slowly to get that traction to the car, which he has done. Now onto the throttle as we come up to Eau Rouge and Radion, fully flat out through Eau Rouge and Radion, not in the rain of course. Nicely done from Houseman as he applies the DRS on this long straight. Yellow's set to 3, but I think that's just someone slowing down as we come towards. I think it's Le Com. I think it is Le Com. Take loads of curbs on both entry. I think he had the confidence to go fully full throttle there. This is a difficult corner. This downhill corner. You need to be careful not to lock up through there, which most people tend to do. Easy through No Name as we come through Puon, take loads of curb on the entry, but keep off the curbs because it will suck you in the track and it will ruin your lap time, which he has done. Next two corners, take loads of curb on this one, which he slightly does, but he don't want to do that. He wants to take more curb than that. Late apex through this one. You can go out wide here and gain a bit of time. I think this is just a nice cautious lap from Houseman. Not really exploring the limits like I thought he would, but just a nice, calm, relaxing lap as we come through Blanchimont. Interesting corner here. Keep off that curb because it will put you in the barriers. We've seen plenty of incidents happen there over time. Verstappen in a Toro Rosso overtaking Felipe Nasser around the outside in Blanchimont. As we come towards the line, it's going to be a 44.1 for the Dutchman. So we're gonna go board with the Haas because he's the next one to cross the line. Is he? No, he's starting his flying lap time. Who's the next one? Alex has got up into second place. So on board with his teammate. Interestingly, Alex is on those medium tyres. It's a 45.6 for him as well in the Renault. We're on board with his teammate. Here he is through Puon. Lift off slightly, not fully flat out yet. The next driver to cross the line is one of the Ferrari drivers, I think. Is he gonna? It says live now. It's a 45.0 on those soft compound tyres, and it is raining in the race, so I don't expect many lap times to be very quick as I thought they would be because they might be applying that wet setup. Forza Ferrari says Luke. We've got live now. Otto Pat in the other Ferrari down in 14th position. Come towards the bus stop chicane for Wester. Nice to slow through here. Want to be patient on the throttle, which he has done, and it's going to be a 44.5 for him in the Renault. He's up into third place. Patrick in the Toro Rosso has gone up into second place, a 44.3 for him as well. Remember, this is a 100% race, so I wonder. We've got the Alfa Romeo across the line next, and he's got up into fifth place, a 45.3. So not in the 44s yet, so they either got a wet setup or they're just taking it nice and easy. We are in the early parts of qualifying. It is banker laps. Alex, the only one to go on the medium tyres. If I could check the... Yeah, he is. He's the only one to go on the medium tyres so far. And he's coming towards the pit lane. Horse is next across the line. One of the Mercedes is on their flying lap. Euro Games, I think he's just backed out of it. Made a mistake somewhere or either validated it. The Ferrari Autopower, got a ball with him then as he comes towards the bus stop chicane. Back to the 100 meter board. I can see he's running medium traction control. As he comes towards the line, Alan's retired from the session already. It's a 44.7 for him in the Ferrari. Lupus. So that Ferrari driver is Lupus, not Ferrari. I'm a bit confused with these names here. So who was that guy that I failed to pronounce their names? 12th place Mercedes driver. There he is. I think, is he on his out lap? It doesn't say he is, so he's either made a mistake somewhere on his lap or validated it. And his name's Lupus. Racing Point comes into the pitch. Just Call Me Bread is on his out lap. So just looking for a driver that's on their lap time, which is the hash driver of a little bunny rabbit. Coming towards Pouon. He just, oh, that car is on the racing line. So I wonder if that's distracted his line coming through these two corners. Who was that car behind him? I can't really see now. If I get a good on board helicopter cam, I can still hear the car behind him. He took his racing line. In fact, it doesn't even matter because he's way down his lap time already, so it don't really matter. In fact, he already completed his lap time, so that car needs to take some precaution because he was on the racing line and could have potentially ruined his lap time. Here is the hash driver of Aled of underscore R17 Pouon, and we've got someone in the party which is Alan. How is it going? Why did you? Is okay. Is your voice allowed to be shared? It's nice to see you. Yeah. If you don't know how to do it, go to the party settings and click allow to be shared for this party.
Yeah, I have it now. Yeah, I retired because I wanted to do from last to first.
A big challenge from you there. Did you know it was going to be rated in the race?
No, I didn't, but I have a drive setup. I don't care.
You don't care.
It's for 45 minutes raining and the race is 2 hours. So most of the time it's dry.
Racing Point is on pole position. A 143. I can't really see that. A 144.0 for him. So we're getting closer to the 43s. He's gonna do a Voitinho challenge. Someone's good. JV has got a pole position. It is a 43.6. So he's the first driver to head into the 43s. And his McLaren teammate is right behind him. He's on a lap time. He's not set a lap time yet. There he is. Oh, do you know what? His teammate could have gave him a bit of slipstream. If he was more open-minded, he will give him a bit of slipstream. Heading down into Lacombe. I always get confused with La Source and Lacombe for some reason. I always mix those two around. I know where it is and know what. Obviously, I know what track it is, but I just get confused whereabouts is it. So that was Lacombe we just entered. No, it wasn't. It was La Source. La Source is the first corner.
No, the La Source the first corner. Then you have El Rouge, and then you have Radion. That's the corner. I don't know. And then you have Lacombe. That's the chicane thing.
Yeah.
This corner of what Javier is driving now is Pouon. And then you have Blanchimol, the fast left-hander. And then you have the bus stop chicane. That's the chicane in the end. And you have Camel Straight for sure, but...
The Williams, I did not notice, has just got up into second place. A 44.0 and he's 5,000 clear of the third place man, 083. I can't really pronounce, I don't know if I... Jer. I thought it was. Coming through Blanchim on his prime, fully flat out through there. As we come towards the bus stop chicane, breaking the 100 meter board, bring it down and through the gears. Just nice and slowly work your way up through the gears. And it's going to be a 43. And it is. It's a 43.8. So it's a McLaren 1-2. But imagine if his teammate gave him a bit of slipstream, he could have improved his time by more. Or he could have got a pole position. Who? I'm gonna get copyrighted if you carry on. Here is Patrick then, he's 1/10 up in the Toro Rosso. It's a 44.3 for him on his first lap time. Riley, is that you? Can you turn that down? We're in commentary, please. Can you turn that down? Geen probleem. As we come towards the bus stop chicane, the last corner, a short shift in there, a little bit of the car stepped out there for him. It's a 44.0. Houseman on the grass. He was on his in lap anyway, so it wouldn't matter. He's got up into second place at 43.6. And Joey Games has got up into third place at 43.6. Look at qualifying, it's a bit darker.
Look how close the top 3 is, Jamie. It's so fucking close.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It is so effing close, from the words of Alan.
I'm a fucking peaky blinders.
I don't know what to say really, but the top 3, as you said, all in the 43.6ers. Prime's in 4th place, 2/10 shy from the top 3.
3 or 100s.
Wester, 7/10 up on his personal best, so keep an eye on him. He's in 10th place. It could be a 43 point what?
Westerhouse
Coming through Blanchimon. There's a Mercedes ahead of him. Hopefully he gets out of the way. Who is that Mercedes? Oh, it's a little bit of a hold up. He's going to be stuck in his dirt. What was the point in that? What was the point in that from the Mercedes? As he comes towards the finish line, it's a 44.0. He's lost 2/10 to that final sector. I dare say the Mercedes held him up slightly. He's got the right to complain about it because the Mercedes just wasn't aware that he was there.
Yeah, the 2/10. If he had the 2/10 on his time, he was now P4. He lost 3 positions from that Mercedes thing.
Well, he's got 4 minutes to do something about it, but I'm wondering, with those clouds gathering in, the track temperature going down slightly, will it affect these drivers?
We don't know, we'll see.
A little bunny rabbit coming towards the bus stop chicane, the final 2 corners. No, he's not. He's not going to complete that lap time. Javier, I think, will this be his last flying lap? I wonder.
No, I think if he fucks up, he can do another, but I don't think he gets softer. Softer is you have 1 medium, so I don't know. 100% race, it's quite difficult.
We are in the English commentary, not the Dutch commentary. I know they allow you to swear in the Dutch TV, but English, we are not allowed to swear.
Yeah, you have to watch our commentator. He's swearing all the time.
I know. It's very strange to hear you swear on commentary, because we've never swore on commentary.
Oh, sector 1, I think it's just a slowing driver. Yeah.
We've got plenty more drivers.
Starting his lap. Javier starting his lap right now. Oh, he's already on it.
I'm on board with Javier as he comes towards Puon.
Oh, why is he going for... he lost it.
I was about to say, you've got to keep off that curb because it will do exactly just that.
Yeah, exactly. You can take it, but you have to get full over it. And
you can take it, but mid corner you've got to get off it if you're not. Oh, Javier's got a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with. Oh, he's just taking the Haas out. What? Well, Javier not paid attention, or the Haas driver not paid attention, and he's retired as well. So, I think he should have called.
Drop down P5.
I'm going on board with Just Call Me Bread then. As we've got yellow flags.
Starting last. He's invalidated.
Has he?
Yeah, he has.
He hasn't told me on my screens.
Is he Niso? I mean. Yes, for red. Maybe it's his out. Oh, it's his outlap.
I'll Just Call Me Bread. I'm on board with. He's got 3 tons up in the middle sector. The Mercedes is Costa's line, and the Mercedes is starting his flying lap time. the Haas drivers came into the pit, so as the Toro Rosso crosses the line, and he's going to start his last flying lap time. The Williams, however, we're on board with. Can he get it on pole? Will it be pole? No, it won't be. A 10th off of the top 3, and he's got up into 4th place. Shares the 2nd row with his teammate. For the moment, at least, we've got more lap times to come in. Just trying to figure out who's on their lap time, who's closer to the line. How are you in the wet conditions, Ali? Do you like the wet conditions?
Yeah, in Brazil I won in the air, so it's quite the same. It went from wets to dry tire.
You're a Max Verstappen, aren't you?
No, I'm not a Max Verstappen. I'll do my best, Jamie. Keep an eye on Houseman. Houseman seems to have like a great lap. Oh, rain popped in. Rain popped in.
Right, this is very crucial then. That explains why JV went early on his lap time. It explains a lot. It's going to affect the drivers in the first sector. Someone's got off. Someone's got off. Renault's just gone off into Eau Rouge, and that is Alex Otterpal. I was on board with him as he crosses the line. He goes up into 10th place, sticks his way into the top 10.
Houseman is going for purple sector 2. Keep an eye on Houseman. He's going for pole.
Fortunately for him, he hasn't got much to complete, but I think he might not get it because the rain's coming in quite hard. Unfortunately for him.
No, I think he's gonna get it.
Yes, he will get it for sure because JV's got a 5-place grip penalty, so he'll be on pole position either way. Taking it nice and easy as he applies the throttle.
Does he get it?
Yes, he has.
He got it.
Well done to Houseman, keeping it nice and calm under wet conditions. Euro Games, I don't know what he's done in the middle sector. Just call me breads in the pits. He's just completed his lap time.
In red, 6 100s in red, so it's close. But I don't think he will make it. Invalid. Oh, Westerhouse is 5 10s. Oh no, he isn't. What's going on? He's not. He's up on his time. Yeah, everybody's up on his time.
I think Euro Games compared to get it. No, he can't.
No. It's over.
I think it's over for Wester. You said he went up, but it's just over because
it was a glitch, I think.
Oh. Live now. He's in 12th place. Can he improve? It is raining towards the end of qualifying. Affect their drivers' lap times. I think he's one of the last drivers to cross the line because I don't think Wester will complete it.
This is the quality results.
And he will not complete that lap time because he decided to put it in a wall. The racing point, 7/10 down. I think he might call it a day and just retire because I don't think he will improve whatsoever. Track getting colder, the temperature's going down, and the rain starts to come in. And he's 7/10 down as well, so I don't think there's no point completing this lap time. But he will do if he comes into the pits, which he doesn't. Struggling towards that final corner as he spins across the line. That is qualifying done. Houseman is on pole position, and the second commentator is not Swedish, he is Dutch. Euro Games, mate, you've got a 100% race ahead of you. Don't give up. You may qualify 3rd place, but you've got a 100% race to focus on.
Riley, make a party. Okay. Jamie, I'm not allowed to stay here when I'm racing, right?
Well, in my rules, anyone could stay as long as they don't interrupt or shout or scream.
Okay, I will do my voice to not allow them because I'm a driver.
Alright, so Houseman on pole position. JV will start down in 7th place. Euro Games in 3rd ahead of Just Call Me Bread. Prime in 5th ahead of the Mercedes driver. Joe in 7th ahead of Wester. Patrick in 9th ahead of Otterpar in the Ferrari. Alex in 11th. Live now in 12th ahead of Alid. Mercedes in 14th ahead of a Little Bunny Rabbit. The Racing Point is 16th ahead of the Alfa Romeo. Alan, who did not say his lap time because he wants to do last to first. look at that full wet race. I wonder if on the wets or intermediates. We'll find out soon. People in the comment section, what's your opinions? People in the comment section, what's your opinions of Daniel Ricciardo going to McLaren and Carlos Sainz going to Ferrari? And who will take that Renault seat? Will it be... I don't want to guess just in case I get it wrong. Whoever says Maldonado, exclude that because I don't think he will. "44 laps ahead of us in this Belgian GP. We'll find out how it goes soon." You thought Ricciardo would go to... Do you know what? I had a feeling that Ricciardo would go to Ferrari, but at the same time, Carlos Sainz... I think Carlos Sainz is younger, and they want younger drivers. Like with Charles Leclerc. Someone tell Housebird it's a formation lap, not a race, because he's already spun through a Rouge. Don't worry, I know you're not, because I've had it before. I couldn't see anything whatsoever. I'm just gonna get a glass of water, so just bear with me for a few seconds. I'm back, lads, and coming towards the bus stop chicane. So it's a Williams 2-3 there, because we know that Javier has got a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with somebody. I can't remember who it was. I saw a Haas though, not a Ferrari involved. Tricky conditions then as we line up for the grid. Was dry qualifying and it started to rain towards the end of qualifying for those who's just joined in. Now we've got a 40. Right then, there are the lights then. We are underway for this social race, and who gets a better start off the line? I think they're side by side. Euro Games and Houseman as they head down towards La Source. Houseman has the inside line, I can't really see. There we go. As the racing point goes off the track, so does the other racing point. Hopefully they'll come on reach safely, but as they head towards Eau Rouge, Houseman is ahead for the moment. Go on board with the midfield as Alex has hit the back of Jamie. He's about to hit the wall, and he has hit the wall. I hope he rejoined back on track safely, which he has. Someone behind. It is the Mercedes, the racing point again, in the Alfa Romeo, and I don't know. A little bunny rabbit has escaped from that. He managed to escape from the 3-bit drivers making contact. The Mercedes is facing the wrong way round, so already not a good sign. And I hope the safety car's on for their sake. Alright then, as we go back on board, I think Live now has just overtaken Otto Power, which he has. Both Ferraris changing positions. We're heading down into, I can't remember what this corner's called now. Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. Down in turn number 7. It is 8. Turn number 8. No name through there. As we head towards Piron then, will anybody get caught out? Eurogames is going wide, he's going off the track. And Prime, I hope he doesn't take advantage of that because it's too tight through there. I think the same happened to Wester. There's a racing point behind him, that's the racing point, he went off the track. He's about to make a move. You wouldn't expect a move to happen here, down at turn 12 and 13. They're still side by side coming out of it, but one of them's going to have to back out. The outside line is much better. And has he got ahead? No, he hasn't. They're still going side by side through turn 14. But the Renault, did he get tapped? I don't know, but he's lost a lot of positions. He's lost a few places, in fact. He's lost 4 places. He's down into 10th place. The Live now has just overtaken him. Back on board then. Eurogames said he's running more wings, and it's not flat out through Blanchimon. Eurogames needs to be careful because the car looks like he wants to slide out. Is he close enough to make a move down into turn? No, he's not. He's gone off the track. That's the other Williams. Look at that. Eurogames get a much better exit going out the final corner. Will Prime take advantage of this? Prime goes down the inside of Houseman, goes down the inside of Eurogames as well. Remember, the braking is much different. Oh, they're both touching each other, but thankfully no contact was made. We saw the Williams go off on the track. We saw Rubens Barrichello go off the track. In 2010, he made contact with Fernando Alonso. McLaren's gone off the track. He spawned as well. He spawned. That's Prime. It is difficult through Eau Rouge. I wonder if he picked up too much throttle and the back end just stepped out on him. Either way, he's down in 30th position. And up front, 10th is the gap between the top 3. But further behind, Ferrari versus House. Patrick's gone off the track to take avoided action. And he stays ahead of the Ferrari. Alan Waugh up into 9th place. He's all over the back of the Ferrari. Wester in 11th position. It's only lap 2 and Houseman's dropped again. Oh look, they're still fighting. It's only lap 2, boys. We've got a long way to go. What about strategy here? No need to continue this fight. Pilward, not a place to do it, but he's going to do it. Has he made it stick? Will he go off the road? Will he slide off the road? No, he won't. So that's a beautiful, neat move from Live now to overtake Patrick, but they're still fighting again. Turn 13, turn 12 and turn 13. Side by side. This is beautiful action, but it will have to end soon. I know Houseman and Eurogames are good friends. Houseman losing the car a bit. That's allowing the other Williams to get past him, which he has. Has he got it done? Yes, he has. So that Williams has overtaken him and he's about to get his teammate. Look at the Mercedes. I can't pronounce his name, but Alan all over the back of Patrick, not flat out through here. It will be in a dry, but in the wet conditions that's a no-no. As the Williams goes wide again, that's the second time he's done that. As the racing point has crashed out, and the racing point has crashed out at Pouon. Will that cause a safety car? We don't know, but the jury game sets the fastest lap of the race. And the Houseman looking to go down the inside of the Mercedes. Can he do it? Through La Source, the Mercedes goes out wide. Look at that, the Toro Rosso will take both of them on. Look at that in the background as well. We can see all those guys fighting. This is beautiful fighting, but unfortunately I can only spectate one group at a time. I'd love to have a split screen to see what happens. Houseman, look at that. The back end wanted to step out there. What about, look at Alex, look at how Alan Waugh. Live now is taking Alan Waugh because he made a mistake through Radion. But further up front, just Kobe Bread's under pressure from Houseman. Behind him as there's yellows who centre one. That's the McLaren. As Alan Waugh will go around the outside. But Alex will have that one covered. As the McLaren hasn't retired, he's just spun again. That's Prime. That's the second time he's done that one. He is struggling through Eau Rouge quite a lot. So is his teammate. As the racing point goes off the track. Look at that. They won't stop fighting, will they? Jer versus Houseman. Houseman getting on the curb and the back end being a bit unstable for him. Now he's dropped down into 4th place. Whatever setup he's running, not really feeling comfortable about it. And he's just losing positions. As Alan's finally overtaken the notorious Alex. Alex a hard man to fight as Houseman's dropping down again. In fact, he's side by side with the Mercedes. He has the outside line, but he's sliding away, and that's the Mercedes has overtaken Houseman. So Houseman's really struggling here. I wonder if he's just running a dry setup. He's just not feeling comfortable with it whatsoever. Well, we all have different preferences for our setups. We don't know if it's working for him or not. You got a Zoom class in 1 hour. I'm gonna start a party in around 1 hour and 20 minutes. Oh, okay. I thought I ran the exam. Joined. Currently eating. Are you in a party? Doing some practice. Had loads of comments coming through. Just trying to figure out if I could read some of them out. I don't know what you're talking about in the chat. In fact, Alex going out wide. So is the Williams. Live now around the outside of the bus stop chicane. Can he get a decent exit coming out there? And he can. There's a Toro Rosso of Patrick in the background, waiting in the wings to see if these two make a mistake. They're coming side by side to turn 1. And Live now cuts him off, but I felt a thump behind by Patrick, so I think Patrick just hit the back of Alex. Otterpat under pressure from the runner behind him, but he stays ahead for this moment. So look at that. The Williams won too. Never thought I'd say that, but the Williams are first and second. This reminds me of my other race because I'm in a championship fight with my Williams teammate. And we're always first and second, so not a stranger to see Williams in first and second. Euro Games did a fantastic job up in first place. Now he's got to hold up behind his teammate, Just Call Me Bread. It is quieting down a bit. We're only on lap 4 out of 44. Race taking forever, but hey, it's a long distance race. We can see the second group of the cars fighting away. We've got Live now leading that group, and he's got a 3.5 second gap ahead of behind Alan Ward, who's catching the back of Houseman. The struggling Houseman went from first to fifth in 4 laps. So I wonder if he's just not liking these conditions whatsoever. Whatever setup he's running, not really working out for him so far. Alan go for the win. It's possible. He's down in 6th place at the moment. Got loads to ground makeup so far if he could go for the win. That gap just closing down slowly. Gradually getting slowly between the top 2. 9/10 is the second. No DRS of course between. But the closest gap is between Wester and Otterpat is 2/10 behind. He's behind the Ferrari in 10th place, so 1 point is up for grabs. He went on the grass, not an ideal thing to do from the Ferrari. Will Wester go down the inside? Westerhouse, down the inside he goes into the bus stop chicane. The Ferrari not giving any space whatsoever. Could have gave a bit more space than that, mate, but anyways. At least he's not spun round. He was definitely there, but look at that, Patrick, as Alan goes down the inside. No, yes he has, he's gone down the inside of Houseman. Patrick looking to go down the inside of Houseman too. So, Houseman is now down to 6th place after 5 laps. Not really going well for him whatsoever. But he's got the slipstream, and that dry setup probably giving the straight line speed he wants. Alan go defensive on the inside. Houseman going around the outside into Lacombe. And Alan has the inside line covered but goes slightly wide, but it doesn't matter because he has the inside line for the next corner. Wester, however, cannot get past the Ferrari. And I have no idea, mate. I never checked those settings. Lap 5 out of 44. This could be a hell of a long race for the Belgium GP. I don't know how I'm going to manage it, as Prime is going to have a battle with the Mercedes. He gets pushed off the track. Hello. I always read it, mate. Don't worry, I always read it. Of course I did. I saw everybody's messages. I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, exactly. Why are people bashing so much? It's a 100% race. And we've got a spinner in turn number 4, which is Radion, and that is the racing point again. You know what? The racing point. I don't know if the safety car's out. And he's crashed on purpose. We'll see. We'll find out if the safety car's out or not. That should be a safety car for sure. Oh yeah, of course I can. I don't know what gameplay says. The safety car on? It's on. So why is the safety car not coming out? The safety. Keep it on the regular. Keep gameplay settings. Corner cutting is on strict, for your information. I don't think you're going fast enough to cut a corner, that's why you're getting I don't know. As Otterpar's overtaken, no, Wester's about to overtake him, and we've got yellow flags again. That's a McLaren, and that's Javier. Otterpar down the inside, where he has the inside line. Now they're coming side by side, coming out of turn 1, and Wester has to settle in for 11th place again. Meanwhile, oh, that Ferrari car just ghosted for us. Look at Wester getting a better exit coming out of Radion. Let's see if his straight line speed good enough. Is he good enough? I don't think it is, because you can see the Ferrari slightly pulling away. But he brakes later than him. That's a beautiful move. If he can make it stick and not go off the track. You know what? Late braking move from there. Amazing. But he's still got a Ferrari. He's lingering around the outside. But finally, Wester has finally overtaken that Ferrari. And now he's going to catch up to back of the Patrick. And look at the Haas almost hit the back of that Ferrari. Right, I need to go aboard with the top 2 then. Where are the top 2? If we can find their names. There they are. I've just noticed that just Corby Bread has closed the gap between himself and Eurogames. Looks like he's getting out of shape there as well. Coming out of the corners. As Otterpass still not done. There's a Renault who's just nearly spun. And that was Alex coming out of Puon. Almost did it there, didn't you, Alex? Almost shit himself through there, but thankfully he saved that one. And Wester. In fact, I need to go aboard with 3rd place man, Joe, because he's 1/10 behind just Corby Bread. A massive lift off coming through Blanchimont, so I didn't have the confidence just like just Corby Bread carry the speed through there. Obviously he's not flat out, but just didn't have enough confidence to pick up all speed through there. And it's cost him a bit of time as well. Could dare say try to go down the inside of bus stop chicane, but didn't really have the confidence like the Williams did. Right, go on board with Patrick then. He's 3/10 behind. There is Patrick on the back of Alex. Wester has overtaken Otterpar. These two are fighting again. They're not leaving each other alone. Gotta be careful whilst fighting, but Patrick cannot make a move from Alex because Alex is too far ahead of him. As Otterpar is oh, just Corby Bread's been overtaken. Yes, he has. So that's a clean move from the racing point of Jet. And finally got to him, and he's finally done it, and he's made the move up into 2nd place. So he's split the 2 Williams. It is a Mercedes 1, 2, 3. Patrick, there he is. Patrick on the back of Alex. Can he make a move down here? Nope, too far back. I bet he must be pissed off because he's still trying to figure out how to pass Alan. Not Alan, who was it? Alex. West is overtaken again. Otterpad, these two are not fighting. These two are fighting non-stop. This is beautiful racing despite the wet conditions, but someone just made a mistake, and that's a little bunny rabbit. He's dropped it at Radion. Resets the track as well, and he's down in last place, and he's lost his full wing as well to add some more pain. Right, the top 3 still having a scrap, but let's see if Jaya now is clear of the Williams. Clear of the Williams. Ha! Clear of the Williams. See if he can close up towards Eurogames. 9/10 behind. Obviously, there's no DRS involved because it's the wet conditions. It's only lap 7 of this GP. Got a long way to go. I bet these drivers will be tired towards the end of this race. Alan's closing up towards the back of that Mercedes. We can see the rear wing of it ever getting larger, so the Mercedes will have to go defensive now as the racing point of JS says the fastest lap of the race. Eurogames will probably be a little bit stressed out now because he's got the racing point to deal with. Alan still frustrated being stuck behind the Mercedes. Patrick behind Alex. I think Patrick must be getting pissed off because he's stuck behind the Renault. Anyways, look at that. The top 3 as Jay is closing the gap between himself and Eurogames. It says he's got 1/10 quicker, so he's going for his personal best lap time on this lap. Just got to find a way past Eurogames. He's managed to get clear of 1 Williams, but the other one to deal next as Houseman. As Alan is still stuck behind the Mercedes. As hello Bryn, how are you? Good. Patrick, finally, he's going to go side by side, but still he can't do it. No confidence on the brake to go around the outside, and he almost locked their ears as well. He's still getting pissed off behind the Renault of Alex. He really can't overtake him. Jamie for the win. I'm in the commentary box, mate. As he tries to go around the outside of this corner, as a little bunny rabbit has retired in the pit, so no safety car. No safety car. Patrick must be losing his head. He's getting pissed off behind Alex in that cockpit, just getting really frustrated because he's losing a lot of time to lap now. Look at that racing point closed up to the back of Joey Game, sorry. He's gonna hit the wall. Oh, I was so close from hitting the wall. I've done that plenty of times. I've even done it on the safety car. Yeah, I don't even have to be how I've done it under the safety car, but Jay, very lucky to get away with that one. If he had more understeer, he'll definitely crash into that wall. He needs to keep off that curb as well, because if you get on that curb, it will suck you into the track and into the wall. I think no ABS is brilliant around here. Alan Waugh still stuck behind that Mercedes. Oh, look at that, losing the rear as he applies the throttle, trying to get some traction in that car. The Mercedes chooses the inside line to defend. What's he doing? Needs to get a bit more space than that, Sunshine. I don't dare say we'll go side by side with Mercedes in Eau Rouge and Radion. Alan will have to wait for the straight. As you can see, that yellow warning light means he's underfueled that car as the Racing Point drifts away from the Williams in front, so we'll keep an eye on the Red Bull as he's overtaking the Mercedes finally. Now we can start closing up towards the top three. Alan from P last to P4. Go on board with Patrick then. There's a man on a mission. Oh, Alex! Oh! Alex, man! Oh, that's a really frustrating crash. I don't know what to say about that one. Patrick will be absolutely pissed off. You will not want to see that whatsoever. At the same time, it's not Alex's fault because Alex lost the car, naturally. He tried to save it. At the same time, Patrick was in the wrong position wrong place at the wrong time. I don't think it's either of their fault because Alex was just doing his normal thing, saving the car, so I can't really put the blame on Alex. You can put the blame on Alex for losing the car, but at the same time, you're going to make a mistake. I think it's almost time for interconditions. Do you reckon? Well, Javier's the first man to go on the intermediate tyres. There he is. Got nothing to lose. So, just making the gamble to go on those intermediate tyres. We'll find out who's going to switch towards the intermediate tyres first outside the top runners. It's only lap 9 of this race. Got a long way to go. Which driver will come into the pits? None of them. What about his Williams teammate? Again, that's the third time that's the third time he's done that. Gone wide through the bus stop chicane. Carrying too much speed towards the final two corners as Alan's making the gamble to go on the intermediate tyres. So is Houseman. There's the two Renaults then down 8th and 9th. Carrying more speed through Blanchimont is Westerhouse. And Alex defends the inside line. In fact, he lets his teammate go, so smart decision there to let his faster teammate through. As Alex heads off into the pits anyway, so he didn't really want to hold his teammate up. The top two then. Let's see if Alan Waugh and Houseman have the pace to try and undercut. Let's see how these good the intermediate tyres are. I'm getting some inside information. I'm hearing that they're very good. So the top two will have to respond this lap, otherwise they'll get undercut by Alan, possibly Houseman, but I think he's just a tad too far back, so he needs to use this out lap to push as quick as he can. Meanwhile, the top two should definitely pit. Time for the intermediate tyres. You can see there's more drivers going on these intermediate tyres. 1/10 is the gap between the Alpha and the Ferrari. As you can see, using the half throttle to try and get the traction to that car in the Alfa Romeo. Let's see if the top two will pit then. He's getting closer and closer. This will go down to the pit lane. I don't think I think it's wise if both of them pit, because if one of them stays out, they're just risking everything, because they could be slower on the old wet tyres compared to the new Inters, which is time for the Inters, I'm hearing from one of the drivers. You have to keep off that curb. You don't want to go on that curb whatsoever, Racing Point driver. Wow, which one will pit? Will they both pit at the same time? Euro Games will pit. Both of them will pit. Obviously, the Williams will stay out because they don't want to do a double stack. No, he's coming to the pits. Why would you come into the pits? He's going to lose a lot of time to Alan War. They're double stacking. The two Williams are double stacking. And obviously, in this game, double stacking does not work because it just holds you up. Right. I think Alan War will overtake one of the Williams drivers because he will get held up in the pits, and that was a bad call to make from the Williams, because look at that. Yep, you can see, look at that, just a waste of time. Losing unnecessary lap time is the Williams driver, and we'll see where Alan War is. There is Alan War, and he's got past one of the Williams drivers. What about Houseman? Nope, Houseman stays in 6th position. Otterpar has not pitted, he stayed out on those wet tyres. And look at Jay versus the Williams. Look at that. This could be a very interesting fight. There's yellow flag. I can't speak no more. Yellow flags who set to 3. I think Yuri gives us the better straight line speed, which he has, and he makes the corner before Jay. Now I believe that was one of the Renaults that made a mistake. I think, yeah, Alex is gone, so he was the driver that caused the yellow flags. This is going to be a straight fight towards the end there between these two. When it gets to the dry conditions, it could be very interesting. It's only lap 11 as well. Damn. Nope. The first place has not pitted. We're a quarter into this race. You can see that Racing Point all over the back of that Williams driver of Euro Games. Let's see how Euro can cope under pressure. He looks, no, he doesn't go down the inside. He wants to make sure, he wants to make you a 10-second, a 3-second. That's very harsh. That is not worthy of a 10-second time penalty or 3-second time penalty. That was very harsh. Euro Games give a bit more space than that, mate, but that Racing Point has just been given a 13-second time penalty in one go. That is really frustrating. That, my friend, is what you call, I don't know what you call it, just Codemasters, isn't it? Like, that's not worthy of a 10-second time penalty whatsoever. How is that a 13-second time penalty? I think the Haas has just made a mistake. Yes, he has. You can tell because he's not carrying much speed through there. How is that worthy of a 13-second time penalty? That, let me go check if he's actually got that. 2 penalties plus 2 warnings on the same lap. Yes, he has. He's got them penalties. Do you know what, Sunshine? I think you can appeal that one because that is very unfair. That is not worthy of a 10-second time penalty. The game made it out like he cut the whole corner, which he didn't. He really did not do that. I've caught it on stream, so if he doesn't have any footage, I've caught it on stream anyway. Feel free to appeal the penalty because that is very unfair. I've seen worse corner cuts and yet they only get 1 warning or 1 whatever. The Haas driver's finally overtaken the Ferrari driver Otterpar. I think he just came out of the pits as well, so he did 2 extra laps than everybody else, but the Haas driver's gone wide through there, but stays ahead for the moment. As Euro Games has been overtaken, there it is. They're going side by side. Look at that bit wheel bulging bit between the 2 Dutch boys, and Euro Games stays ahead. The 2 Dutch boys wheel banging with each other. It's a Dutch 1-2-3, I think. Yes, it is. It's a Dutch 1-2-3 here at the Belgium GP. Look at that. Alan War, who started in last place. Those 2 will be pissed off to see Alan War there, and he just set the fastest lap as well. That Alfa Romeo is 2 tenths behind Alid in 11th place. There they are. Can't really look at this battle because there's an important battle going on for first place. I need to go check that. Oh, your games! Oh, that's a mega shame from the Williams driver. And look at that. My guy is going to be absolutely fuming. Oh, I feel so sorry for him. He's such a lovely lad to talk to. He's such a nice guy. And now he's made a mistake in Radion. And just Kobe Bread is about to overtake him, which he has. I don't know if he just got on the curb or picked up too much throttle through there, but either way, he's dropping down and he will have to pit again because that car will feel absolutely horrible with half a wing. So the Racing Point applied the pressure, put the pressure on, and that's the consequence of that. So the Racing Point taking advantage of someone's mistake. So is Alan down in second place. So let's see if the Red Bull can put the pressure on the Racing Point ahead of him. Second place has done a fantastic job. He did start at last place because he wanted to. And we're going to go see Martin Garrix in a few months' time as well, me and him. So that could be very interesting, me and Alan. That Williams in 4th place will have to pit. At least he hasn't rage quit, that's for sure. There's 30 laps to go in this race. It's been a long race. Only 14 laps in. Feels like we've been here forever. I think I might go to sleep at the end of this race because I'm already tired. So 1.1, he gained 2 tenths on this lap on the Racing Point. This is going to stir up a good battle between the two Dutchmen. We'll find out where Eurogames rejoined. I think he rejoined in 7th position because 8th position is too far back. Meanwhile, interesting battle between these two. They're close together. Now they need to force the hand on each other. Surprised there's not been a safety car yet. Safety car is definitely on for sure. JV getting a better exit coming out the final corner, then Allen ahead of him in the Haas. Now they're going to go side by side, but Allen breaks later and he goes deep as well, goes deep into La Source. And that's an easy move from Javier. Look at the Alpha sliding through Eau Rouge. The gap's gone down into 1.2 seconds now to J. And the Alfa Romeo is too far back. Also locks up as well. Is the Haas close enough? No, he's not. And there's a little bit of time. 1.4 now is the gap. No pressure on him. He's got plenty of time. And it's also going to dry up as well towards the end of the race. So there's no pressure whatsoever. Just keep it nice and clean on the black stuff. And wait for your moment to come. Right, Eurogame's down in 7th place then. He's got 30 laps to do something about it. Safety cars come into play, but the Racing Point has just set the fastest lap of the race. In first, he's doing a mega job in front. Applied the pressure, and it's worked for him. He did start down in 6th position as well, so good race from him so far. Has it stopped raining? Not yet. Just a little bit more rain coming down on the circuit. Meanwhile, that Haas is still behind by the Ferrari, but where will he start to overtake? He's been stuck behind him for a long time. As the Ferrari goes deep, that's what the Williams has been doing through the whole race. That'll compromise his exit on the final corner. Carry less speed, obviously. They both hit each other, but not enough. You hear that wheel spin on that Alfa Romeo, not getting the traction he wants coming out the final corner. As he heads down into turn 1, who will make it out in front? The Haas are the Alphas are on the outside, and he stays behind again. What's up? Do you, what do you mean? What do you? How? How? I don't understand. What? They opened that. Well, a bit of laziness there, mate. Well, either way, if the computer does it for me, I still press the triangle button or whatever button people use because I'm used to pressing that when the DRS comes. I remember 2011 game, you can press the DRS whenever you want in qualifying. Legit. You can apply the DRS in the non-DRS zones in the 2011 game. The racing point again sets the fastest lap of the race. People's just joined. What do you think about the Ferrari move? Carlos Sainz in Ferrari and Daniel Ricciardo in the McLaren. I did see a bit of that come in, but I didn't see who's going to be. I knew it could be Sainz or Ricciardo in the Ferrari, but I didn't know which one. Now it's Sainz. Never in my time I'd expect Daniel Ricciardo go to McLaren. Never in my... That Mercedes, where are you going, mate? The track's not there. Nah, you're back on. Well done, mate. You don't want to do that often, do you, mate? Because you'll spin off that... Javier all over the back of that Mercedes Nizzo as Javier goes around the outside into turn 1. Will he do his trick again? No, the Mercedes brakes earlier. Has that Mercedes got a bit of wind damage? Yes, he has. It's on the left hand side of his end plate, so he's losing a bit of that as Javier's made the move before Eau Rouge and Radion. Live now for the win. Where is Live now? Down in 6th place. I don't... Well, what's up? Alonso and Renault. Do you think Alonso will turn back to Renault? Well, Alonso, he's a really good driver. Don't get me wrong, he's a really good driver. But do you want to see a bit? Do you want to see a bit of fresh air? Yeah, to all. That's exactly. You want to see a bit of fresh air. Russell. I didn't know Force India was still in the F1. It's okay. I'm joking. It's okay. Meanwhile, that Alfa Romeo is still stuck behind the Ferrari. Well, he's not confident to go down the inside or not. I know he's running no ABS, but that he needs to apply. Oh, he could make a mistake himself. No, he isn't. I was about to say, force that Ferrari to a mistake, but he almost made a mistake himself. Coming out of there, Landau's pitted. Oh! Double locks his brakes because I think he braked later than the Ferrari ahead of him. Look at that, getting out of shape. Looking at that wheel spin as well. A lack of traction coming out the final corner as we come down towards the first corner. Has he got it done? Has he finally got the move done? Look at Live now coming out of the pits. Live now will slot in between the two. Don't go. Yep. Smart move from Autopod not to go side by side through Radion and Eau Rouge. Meanwhile, the top two. The top two are very close to each other, finally. This could be an interesting fight for first place. Oh, look at that. A bit of a leery moment now. Oh, so close. Dip in his wheel, and that wheel has caused him wheel spin as well. Second place, I'm going to a Martin Garrix concert as well with him, so it could be very good. Interesting, but I'll go from 9th down into 12th place then. Not separated by much as those group of cars. We expect Live now to close up on the Alfa Romeo ahead of him because he's on those fresher intermediate tyres. You can see the McLaren in the background is there, and Nizzo just further back as well. The top two are still close to each other, but not close enough. Hopefully it will stop raining so we can get some proper action. Top two are getting very close again. Let's hope Alan does not make any more mistakes. He goes on the back as the Williams driver behind him has just set the fastest lap of the race. So that Williams driver finally finding his rhythm, which is just Corby Bird behind. So that just Corby Bird get closer to the top two as well and joining on the battle as they make their way up to Eau Rouge and Radion. A difficult corner, especially in the wet. He goes off the track as well, Sunshine, not a place to go, as a 3-second tyre penalty has been added to his name. I think that's the first tyre penalty I've seen him pick up. Look at the top two getting closer and closer. That racing point is starting to feel the pressure of the Red Bull. Down the inside goes Javier on the Ferrari, but no, the Ferrari has that well covered. Same with the other Ferrari. He is fighting that Alfa Romeo. On those fresher tyres, we expect him to be much quicker. Has he got the straight line speed to try and mount a challenge on him? Yes, he has. He pulls out. Coming down into turn 5 and 6 as someone has just dropped it, and that is Nizzo. He prefers back onto track, but hopefully it doesn't crash into the Haas, which he doesn't. And the Ferrari has finally got ahead of the Alfa Romeo. Back on board with the top two then. Well, the top three actually, because just Corby Bird is right behind Alan War. So finally he's back in the action, and let's see if he can try and take that top spot off of the Racing Point. It's going to be a very interesting race as we head down to lap 20, almost halfway there. They've done such a good job so far. Congratulations to Euro Games, because I know he has so much potential in this race. Very easy to make mistakes at this track, especially at this corner here. Euro execute their way safely through Radion. Alan Ward a bit of pressure because the Williams is right behind him too, 2 tenths behind, as Javier further down has overtaken the Ferrari of Ottapar. As you can see, the move has been done. Now back onto the top three. Ooh, that was close to the wall, wasn't it, Sunshine? Look at that. Downhill braking zone. I can't remember what that corner's called. I need to know what that corner's called because I actually forgot. That corner is called Rivage. That's the corner name, finally. I remember that one, Rivage. The top three is going to get very tasty. Will it drive towards the end of the race? I don't know. I think it should do. Lap 20 out of 44, my first time commentating for a full race. Alan all over the back of that racing point. Will he try and mount a challenge down the inside? No, he doesn't stay back behind on this occasion. Will he set himself nicely? Because the racing point has got a bit deep. It's the bus stop chicane. Will he mount a challenge into turn 1? Or will he wait for the long straight? He goes for it down the inside, will he? Yes, he is. They go side by side, coming out of turn 1. No grip to the inside. And yellow flag set towards. Someone's crashed through Eau Rouge and Radio. That's the Mercedes, who has just got off again. He did that 2 laps ago, and now he's done it again. And now he's a lap behind. He's a lapped car. That Williams in 3rd place will pick up the scraps if these two make a mistake with each other. Closest battle on track right now. We have a retirement in this race, and he's retired in the pits. The Haas driver had enough of this race. It was down in the bottom end anyway. We're at half race distance. Lap 22. Out of 24. 50% race will be over. As Alan picks up his first time at we hear reports that Alan Vaughan is struggling to overtake the racing point. Too fast at Eau Rouge. Possibly finding more grip there, depending on what setup he's running. If he's too fast through Eau Rouge, we'll have to try a different way to try to overtake him. Can he try and force it down the inside of turn 1? He needs to set himself up nicely to the last corner. I think he's a bit too far back, but he will try and go for it. But obviously, too far back to make any lunge there. Apparently the racing point is quicker through Eau Rouge. So we lose a bit more time through here. Looks like they both took it through the same way, so I don't know if the Racing Point has got more grip or more stable car through there than the Red Bull. Alan Ford's got a nice six-pack as well. The closest battle on track between these two now. I think the rest of the grids are slightly quiet. Eurogames is having a lowly race down in 6th place after he half spun through, well actually slid off into Eau Rouge through the barrier. We've got yellow flags for sector 1. And that's the Ferrari live now has dropped it in Eau Rouge as the DRS is now enabled. But it's still raining. So that it's dry enough, but it's still raining out there. So Alan now has the privilege of having the DRS, which will help him on this case. But look at that Racing Point, just struggling as Alan will send it down the inside of the bus stop chicane from a long way back. Has he got this move? Not yet. Oh! The Racing Point wanted to go in the pits. I want to know what Alan's opinions on that. Is your voice allowed to be unshared? Thank God for that. That Racing Point he was committed to go to the pits. What he should have done is let Alan Ford go, then goes to the pits, not take him with him. I think the Racing Point will be under investigation after the race because of that. I'm surprised Alan did not complain about that, but he's a calm guy. Also on the medium tyres is the Red Bull driver. And the Racing Point on the soft tyres, so I wonder who's made the better decision. Can those soft tyres go to the end of this race? But look at the gap. Look at Alan Ford needs to keep his cool. I know he's on the medium tyres, but he doesn't have to stop again. But he's got just Corby, but he's got out wide through the last corner. He might pick up a penalty, which he does. Well, he needs to focus. Those penalties are quite unfair. I know he cut the corner, but still, he made a mistake. Lizzo has retired from the session. Where's that? Virtual safety car has now been deployed for the first time in this race. Prime versus Euro Games. As Euro Games has been overtaken by him, but he's got the DRS as well. Virtual safety car has been deployed again. Look at that, Alan has overtaken the racing point he gained on that virtual safety car, and it's worked for him. The racing point will not like that whatsoever. He's on the soft compound tyres, so he should be much quicker than the Red Bull driver at this stage of the race. Has more ERS than compared to Alan, so Alan needs to start saving that one. Almost hits the back of him, but thankfully not did. You will save ERS smartly, does the racing point behind. Ready to use it on the straight when he gets close enough to the Red Bull ahead of him. Mercedes driver has just had the fastest lap of the race. Has more overspeed, but Alan has the one covered, and there's been yellow flags in the centre too because someone has made a mistake, and that's live now. Dropped it again, and where's that? That's Puon. The exit of Puon. Alan will feel the pressure off the racing point because he's on those soft compound tyres, which are very good at this stage of the race. But it comes towards near the end, he will start to struggle, and he needs to keep off that curb because he will do exactly just that, or he will spin. So he needs to keep off that curb in P1. Has he got damage? He's pitting. He is in the pits. He hasn't got any full wind damage, so he hasn't got any full wind damage. I've checked. I'm on board with him as he heads into his racing point pit crew, and I think has he got any full wind damage? Yes, no, he hasn't. He hasn't. He's changing tyres. He is on the soft compound tyres on his race, and he rejoins in 5th place, comfortably ahead of Prime. So, what's his strategy then? I don't know what strategy he's doing. Does he think Alan Waugh will go to the end of these tyres? No doubt about it. The good-looking Dutch driver in 1st place. Oh, apologies about that. It's a long race ahead of us, 11 drivers in this race. I'm already tired, so I don't know what about the drivers. I don't think 100% is for me. What's happened to that front? Oh, he's a lap car, that's what's happened. You expect just Colby Bird to catch up to that Red Bull as well, but he's not really catching up like I thought he would, so is he just... I don't know what he's doing, but I want to see a battle between these two. On the soft compound tyres, of course. Wester closes up to the Ferrari ahead of him. Wester house. Wester's in the house. Ow! Ow! I just cut my neck. The gap just fluctuated between the Prime and Euro games, so going up and down. So he's not really catching him, but at the same time, he's not really losing him either. Williams has gained a bit on that Red Bull ahead of him, just a bit though, is not enough. Come through a Varge. A lap 29 out of 44 in this race. No safety car, we've only had a virtual safety car in this race. As JVS has the fastest lap of the race, a 147.1 for him in the McLaren, that goes to him. How, if he did make that mistake in the first place, where could he have been? Same question to Euro Games. Where could those two have been? It's a shame they retired from. It's a shame they made the mistakes in the race. But we're all human. We all make mistakes. And we all can learn from it. Not over yet. Lap 29 out of 44. Okay. $14 laps to go in this race. A long race ahead of us. I think just Corbin Bird has got a 3 seconds time penalty. I did see him pick up one time penalty earlier on in this race. Just Corey Bird is a DRS rage of Allen. They will start the battle soon if he keeps this pace up. Houseman down in 4th place, under pressure now from the racing point behind him. He is a DRS rage, but a wee too far back unless he's got the straight line speed. But he certainly hasn't got the ERS, whereas Houseman has. Live now has retired from the race, interestingly. Virtual safety car again. I remember when Alan Vore spun in Mexico on the restart of the safety car. Virtual safety car has disappeared and we're off racing again. Yeah. I really like this virtual safety car thing. I think it's either a safety car or not. Double yellow flags made them slow down instead of a. If there's only one really minor incident and it doesn't need a safety car, then put yellow double flags in it instead of a virtual safety car. It's just a little bit of annoying. They don't have to slow down for the whole lot. Why don't they just put out double yellow flags and give those people a penalty if they're speeding under it? But meanwhile, the top two have caught up. Well, just Corby Brenner's caught up now, looking interested on the rear wing of the Red Bull ahead of him. Could be a tasty battle between those two as we have 12 laps to go in this race. Losing a little bit of time ahead. Alan, he's lost a little bit of time in that middle sector, just dropped back slightly. And we've got yellow flags. That's a Ferrari, it's the wrong way around, and that is Autopar. Virtual safety car again. As Alan makes a dummy and he doesn't go to the pits. He caught me out as well because I thought he would go to the pits. The racing point has caught up to Houseman as well, as someone has got a drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC. This VSC is taking quite a while. The virtual safety car has disappeared and we're back racing again for about the 4th time this race. Look at that, Houseman's been overtaken by the racing point. He's finally got ahead of him and he's up into 4th place. Chair is comfortably up there in 4th. The sunny conditions are back into play. Just Corby Brenner's got a 3-second time, but he's dropped far back as well between himself and Alan. His fellow countryman dropping back. As Haas was overtaking the racing point, so it hasn't pulled away like I would have thought on those soft tyres. But the racing point will have DRS on the back of Toro Rosso, so we'll watch this battle. I'm a little bit tired of it here, but my first time commentating as... Who's that just got into the pits? That is... guy that has got into the pits. Wester has picked up a time penalty. This should be an easy move from the racing point driver. on those soft tyres and DRS enabled. And he has made the move nice and cleanly before the corner. Just breezed past the Toro Rosso driver. But we'll see if Houseman can do anything about it. My good friend up in first place, ahead of just Crummy Bread. JV has just set the fastest lap of the race. Oh, the Racing Point's made a mistake in pit 1, and that's allowed Houseman to get past him. So what was that? He got on the curb, I saw, and the rear stepped out. He went off the track, and that is Houseman up again. He did that last lap as well, so is that Racing Point struggling to pit 1? Either way, the same. Oh, he almost hits the wall. The same criteria as last time, just stay behind him of DRS, and he's got a full ERS as well, so plenty to play with. We gotta be careful that Houseman just doesn't pull away too much, otherwise he will be close enough to make an overtake with DRS, but it was not straight enough to try and make any move into turn 1. I'm so tired. Coming out of turn 1. Now coming to Eau Rouge and Radion. He's very close. He'll get DRS ball to assist him down the straight, and he'll just breeze past the Toro Rosso again for the second time. Easy move on the Racing Point again. We'll find out if he makes the same mistake the third time, or has he learned from his mistakes. This time he doesn't make that mistake through P1. I think his confidence dropped a bit from P1. Because look at Houseman all over the back of him. I don't think he's confident enough to try and carry more speed through P1. HJ after making a few mistakes through there. Just taking it nice and easy through P1. I mean, yeah, P1. A 146.3. Live now for the win, but he's retired from the session. Houseman have a DRS, but not close enough, but he needs to set himself up in Eau Rouge and Radion to get a decent launch coming out of there, and turn 1 as well, crucially. Just needs to not make any mistakes coming out of this corner, which he doesn't. What's the Racing Point doing? We're playing a little bit of silly buggers here. He should allow Houseman to do because he wants the DRS himself. That's what Sergio Perez and Alex Albon were doing to the final few laps. As down the inside goes the Racing Point on the Toro Rosso for about the 5th time in this race. You best hope he does to get that fastest lap. Me and Alan for seeing Martin Garrix a few more times could be great. And the I don't know, we can't discuss that now. Is the ginger coming too? Or why? The Houseman has overtaken What is he playing at? He's going on the grass and slows himself down. So are these two just pure bastards to entertain me? Got to be out there. I think these. I don't know if these two are good friends or not. I want the ginger to come, Alan. Oh, yellow flags just set to 2. Who's that? It's cleared up, but that was a Ferrari as well. As the race point again for that 100 times in this race has overtaken the Toro, so again. Wondering how tired it is to be in that race, especially at Belgium and especially in the wet as well. Wonder how tiring it is for those drivers out there. I know it's tiring for me in the commentary box. Being in the races is a different thing. Ooh. Yellow's to set to 3. Will that cause safety car? That's a Ferrari yet again. Housebird has overtaken. Well, not yet. Well, now he has to blodge him on. The race point, can he stick it there to go down the inside of him? No, he won't. He'll. That sounds like a nice song. As the racing point has overtaken the Toro Rosso. I think the Toro Rosso made the overtake again on that red Toro Rosso. That has to go in this race. What's up? The racing point has overtaken the Toro Rosso driver. Safety car has been deployed at the very last minute. Wow, didn't expect the safety car to come out at this point. really can't be asked to move. Oh. He's got a 10-second warning, and he's got a 12. He's got a 10-second time penalty behind, and two. He's got quite a lot of penalties. These guys have. He's got another penalty as well. Possibly pick up another warning. This will be a very adjusted towards the end of the race then. At least he's on a brand new set of tyres, both of them are. I can't check everybody's penalties. 5 laps to go. I can't invite you because I'm a spectator. Ah! None. He's got 2 warnings and no penalty. A bit under pressure, aren't you, boy? Everybody pitted. A lot. I don't know. I'll then just focus on your own race and push like hell. You can get that removed for sure. Yep, you already did crash, unfortunately. Come on, Max, you can do it. Twin sisters. Well, do have to go this race, and we'll find out what will happen. Alan Ward's leading, but he's got mega tyre penalties. Haha, you sure? Right there, Alan goes and do the final corner, and he will lead the race. As we head down into turn 1, then Alan leads the pack ahead of just Kobe Brett. Houseburn down in 3rd place ahead of 4th place. Cheers down in 5th ahead of Prime. Joey Games in 7th ahead of Jim, yeah. That was distracting. Just Kobe Brett, he's 3 points behind, but no DRS. I doubt he could overtake there. But at the racing point behind, is he close? Yes, he is. He's side by side with the Mercedes. As Prime picks up a penalty. 2 laps to go this race. Alan Ford not breaking that DRS gap between 2nd place. As Jay picks up a tyre penalty in 5th. Oh, a long race. A super long race. Two laps to go now, as Squirmy in the throttle is just Call Me Bread. But now he has. He just picked it up right now. Haha. Yeah. As you just said it, he picked it up, Alan. Come on, Alan, you can do it. Win this race, sunshine. You can do it. Jay's gone down a place because he's just made a mistake coming out of Rivage. So I wonder if he got that curb. Mercedes spawn. We are on the last lap of the race, lap 44, finally on the last lap as DRS is now enabled, so no use at all. Those close battles, so it's just a nice race towards the end of the race. The sexy Dutchman up in 1st place. 4. Yeah. Hannaford comes across the line. He will finish in. Houseman wins. Euro Games is second. Finally, this race is over. Oh, finally, this race is over. It's been a long race from the get-go. Oh, I've been here for over an hour and half. This race is finally over after a long race from lap 1, from the heavy cloud, from the heavy rains, now to the sunny. This race is finally over as Houseman wins the GP ahead of Euro Games. Everybody picked up a penalty as well. Well, that's it. Thank you very much for all tuning in. That was a half decent race. You didn't see the end battle. No, I didn't, unfortunately. I think I was just too. I'm gonna end this race before boys play out. I'll see you whenever. Tomorrow at 6:30 at FRL. I'll side by side in the last sector.